Before we begin, if anyone wants to speak in the moment, just bear in mind, as they mentioned, you have to sign the video consent form if you're okay with being videoed, otherwise let us know. Also, before we begin, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the organization that's hosting this event. So my name is Maira Sheikh, and I am the Executive Director of the Austin chapter of the Council on American-Islamic Relations. So we are a civil rights organization that primarily works on addressing individual issues of religious discrimination and the like. We also deal with Islamophobia, and we work on these sorts of issues. We represent a lot of individuals, and we work on sort of a macro scale as well to represent issues like the travel ban, and that is the reason why we're here today. So January 27th, 2017, the first executive order to ban refugees and individuals from 7 countries from coming to this country. And so on today, the 1-year anniversary, we're honoring the National Day of Action, which allows people to basically take action to voice their concerns, voice their opinions on these issues. Now, in a lot of other cities, basically there have been rallies, there have been movements, and when we saw that this movement was happening, this National Day of Action, we thought, in the city of Austin, what is something that we want to do? And so what I thought about was that, we've had a challenging year for a lot of people, and we've been to a lot of rallies, we've voiced our opinions, and maybe today what we needed was an opportunity for people to get together and to talk about how this past year made them feel, how they feel about being an American, what their thoughts are on the current state of this country, or just anything that they felt was appropriate on the National Day of Action. And that's what we wanted to bring to the Austin community. So before we sort of release it to the speakers, I'd like, if you don't mind, to start off with a story of my own and sort of get the ball rolling, if you will. So I moved to Austin in March of this past year, and before that I had been working abroad for about 4.5 years. And a year into me living abroad, I thought, everyone is telling me, you're so American, you're so American. And I, tried to casually play it off, I went to the American school here, because I didn't know what that meant, that everyone I encountered pointed it out to me. I didn't even say anything, and people say, oh, you're so American. And I thought, okay, well, what does that mean? And so of all people, I had the good fortune to have a tailor, and he was kind enough to explain to me why everyone told me this. And what he said are words that I carry with me even now, and words that I'll probably carry with me for the rest of my life. He said, it's not about what you say. You don't even have to open your mouth, and people will always know that you're an American, and you never feel this more than when you live abroad. And he said, it's the way that you carry yourself. It's the way that you carry yourself and you speak with confidence. When you enter a room, people understand your presence there. It's the way that you look people in the eye and the way that you respect each and every person that you meet, regardless of what their station is. And he said, I saw you interacting, because it was in a market. He said, I saw you interacting with someone who was like a street seller on the corner. He said, you gave him as much respect as you would give someone who arrived in a Mercedes. And he said, that's so American. And I thought, that's great. After that point, for the 3.5 years that I was there, I was like, that's so great. I'm an American. And I really, I felt good about it. This is such an interesting thing to be perceived as, because we always assume when we go abroad that, people hear that we're American and they think different things about us. But when he told me this, it really made me feel so good about what it meant to be an American, especially, again, living abroad. So fast forward to a couple of years, a campaign started, and I am a Muslim American, and I thought, I was living abroad at this time, I was watching TV, and I thought, for the first time in my life, I felt, do people not assume that I'm American? I have the accent, I have the swagger apparently, but are people assuming that I'm not American? And it felt very strange. And then this day came about, and a series of days came about, January 27th and after, in which you saw, and I'm also a lawyer, so this was a very proud moment for me, lawyers and a lot of people started going to airports to defend the rights of other people. It was a proud moment for lawyers, by the way, so that you don't really get a lot of proud moments. So, for lawyers, it's a good moment. But as an American, I thought, wow, all of that bad stuff that I started to feel, that maybe people don't think of me as an American. People think that, oh, she looks a little ethnic, or she's Muslim, or she has kind of a weird name. Maybe she's not American, maybe she doesn't belong here, maybe she should go back to her own country. And then when I saw that movement, and when I started to get emails from people I knew, and Facebook messages from people that knew people that I knew, that started to say, we need you back in this country, we need you back in the United States, never feel that you're not welcome here, you're one of us. And I started to think, this is such an amazing movement. And that's when I had the good fortune to come back to Austin and to be able to join CARE and to be a part of such an amazing movement of civil rights activists and people of good conscience that wanted to make sure that every other person who's present in this country feels welcome and feels like they belong. And so with that brief thought, I wanted to welcome you all and thank you all for being here, and also a special thank you to Malvern Books. As they mentioned, this is a wonderful independent bookstore. They have so many great selections. So I encourage you, if you get a chance during today or afterwards, to please walk around. Please keep an eye out for Care at Austin's events as well. You know, we're trying to put as many of these events out as we can to really bring the community together. It's not about who belongs to what group of people. It's about all of us being Austinites, all of us being people of good conscience that want to make sure that everyone who is here feels welcome. So, further ado, Alia, who's our next speaker here for the list? We'll just kind of go by the list then.